and thank you for the chance to address it today. I wrote my words down because unfortunately I'm not the greatest public speaker in the world. So forgive me if I have to read from it.
And that's fine. And just remember what I said at the beginning to try to read slowly.
Thank you. I believe that my trial would have turned out differently if the jury would have heard it from Clay. If they could have heard his interview where he admits to throwing Molotov cocktails in Oakland. He admits essentially to being an arsonist. He admits to hearing loud popping noises, which we know from residents of Penny Flats happened at the beginning of the fire, showing that all three of his alibis were lies. He was not at Horsetooth drinking, he was not asleep at the river, and he was not passed out in the camper. Indeed, he was awake and aware and on site when the fire started. Yes, he tells the police that when he told the three other people that he started the fire, he told the police, oh, I was joking. But that does not account for the fact that he told someone beforehand that he was going to start it. Everyone at the scene, even Bonnie McWethy, a woman that apparently didn't like him, stated that they never saw me that night, that I was nowhere around, and no one else saw me either. Yes, I was convicted by the jury, but how could their truth-seeking mission succeed when the truth isn't even given to them as an option? All they were given was spin, by masters of spin, able to take anything I say or do and twist it into something that is incriminating or sinister sounding. Whether it really is or not doesn't matter. The truth doesn't matter. If they can make my words or actions seem like something they're not, if they can get those 12 people to believe a lie through misrepresentation, then they can call it the truth. They can call the lie the truth. They did it again today, taking my words out of context and making them sound like something they're not. That still does not make the lie the truth. And I believe the truth will yet prevail, and I will see justice someday. Maybe not in this court, but I hope in the Court of Appeals. I'm an even-tempered man, and I'm very slow to anger. Even after being falsely accused and being convicted of crimes I did not commit, I pray for those that I think I'm responsible for this, because they must be blinded by hurt, by hate, or something that God only knows. It is my sincere desire that they find peace and joy in their lives, like I have felt every day in mine. And if you are one of them, then I pray for you as well. The only part of this that has given me enough cause to get upset is these men calling my wife a liar. My wife is an honest woman. Unfortunately, the other woman I was counting on, Melanie Scher, who told my lawyer before the first trial that she saw me the morning of the fire, with no gloves on and no burns on my hands. Unfortunately, by the time the first trial came around, all she could remember was, well, I'm not sure anymore exactly what day it was. And by the second trial, well, all I can remember is he wore gloves a lot. I'm not sure when, because it was winter. And I'm not mad at her. It's simply the reality of the time and loss of memories since then. I am a man of my word, and I live to share my joy and happiness with those around me. I will continue to do so anywhere I am. But if you allow me to remain on bond while I continue to fight this fight, you will have my word that I will remain law-abiding. The masters of spin can spin what I say until they're blue in the face. They can call me a liar all they want, but the fact remains, I am not. The residents from Penny Flats had a difficult time, to say the least. Taking longer to recover from a car accident, to all the financial burden they've had. I've read their letters. But they have recovered. For them, it is over. It'll be just a memory of the past, and they can move on. But for me, it will continue for years as I continue to fight this appeal. So when considering my punishment and restitution, please take my family into account. Don't make them suffer. Only if I'm free to work will I be able to make restitution. Otherwise, my family and I will be ruined, and I will have no hope for ever paying back these people. I'd like to continue trying to make my family's bee business a success. Which is more important, punishment or making amends? In my experience, making amends has always taken precedence. It's taken me 10 years to get where I am now. If I lose it all now, I may never get back to this place in life. Please do not take the prime years of my life away. Let me make something of myself. In years past, judges would sentence people to military duty, as that is not an option for me. Consider something unusual, like sentencing me to mandatory enrollment in college. Allow me to better myself in community. This morning, I was awarded the Service Above Self Award from the Johnstown Rotary. And I think it speaks for itself. I'd like to approach and give this to you.
Mr. Town?
The original? Copy.
We can make copies if you like.
Thank you, Mr.
I also received, along with the certificate, a copy of the statement. I think mostly is read by Mr. Gilmore.
He also gave me this. It says the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And you can have this. Please take it into consideration.
Well,
I don't know if you accept it.
I'm happy to look at it, but I don't know if it really needs to go in the file, and I'd rather have.
I want you to have it.
Well, I don't want to accept it just because I don't think it's appropriate, but, so I don't want to keep it for the file. I think maybe somebody, if you don't want to keep it, somebody, a friend or family should keep it, but I do have it, I do see it, I appreciate it. So Mr. Townsend, I'd ask you just, good.
If I could also share the 12th article of my faith, which states that I believe in being subject to kings, presidents, rulers, magistrates, in honoring, obeying, and sustaining the law. And I believe that and memorized that since I was a child.